Hey guys, good morning. Greetings, fellow Flamengo fans. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just arriving, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below. Turn on notifications by clicking the bell. Leave that awesome like on the video. That's it, my friends. It happened. We try not to make fun. We try to be impartial, but we just can't, man. We just can't. Vasco got relegated in basketball, relegation in basketball, man. Flamengo relegated Vasco even in basketball, 20 points ahead, relegated Vasco. Vasco went to the NBB Series B, NBB, right? It had to be B2, right? NBB, but Vasco's B, BBB. Vasco was relegated by Flamengo in the NBB, man, and Flamengo mocked Vasco, made a total joke out of Vasco. Look at that. They used the Titanic music. Look here, look.
No.
Bye. Oh my God, as if that wasn't enough, Fonsequinha made that joke. Look. No.
I don't even care that he's a kid.
I don't care if he's a kid or a beginner, Vasco. Man, that's crazy. As if that wasn't enough, right? Flamengo beat Vasco 95-75, sent Vasco down to the NBB Series B, right? There was no other way it could go, right? And to top it off, Vasco, man. Vasco got totally robbed at São Januario, but they don't have the tradition, man. They don't have the tradition. There's no way they got robbed in Audax Italiano's favor. Man, winning the game 1-0, then a player gets sent off, then two get sent off, penalty. Audax turns it around. Everything happens to Vasco these days. Audax Italiano's comeback. Vasco is practically out of the Sudamericana. Guys, that's crazy, man. Who even qualifies in the Sudamericana? Qualified, then the best runner-up, but actually second place goes to a playoff. Thank you. My friends, this is crazy. Man, I couldn't believe it. I laughed. Let's see Robson Baudon. Look at Robson Baudon, man.
Look at Robson. Nice. Vasco is 2 men down at home.
It's not at high altitude. Vasco is 2 men down at home. The referee is coming to officiate Flamengo versus Real Madrid at Maracanã. The referee rigs it for Flamengo.
He's coming to officiate Boca Juniors versus Palmeiras.
He rigs it for Palmeiras.
He's coming to officiate Corinthians versus River Plate in São Paulo.
He rigs it for Corinthians.
Vasco is Audax Italiano. The referee rigs it for Audax Italiano.
The referee rigs it for Audax Italiano. Nobody respects Vasco. Nobody respects Vasco.
It's unbelievable.
I'm a Vasco hater. I can't believe how much respect Vasco gets. Man! It was nothing! It wasn't even a foul.
It wasn't even a foul.
This guy suffers, man. Vasco always ends up suffering.
The player was already down. He felt bad for him.
Baudon, the guy suffers. So much suffering. Yeah. Nobody respects Vasco anymore. A lot of suffering, man. So much suffering. And my friends, I want to congratulate Coringa Rubro Negro here. Let's congratulate our friend, right, who's always doing collabs with us, the great Coringa Rubro Negro. Man, let's use this early video here on YouTube to congratulate him on the upcoming arrival, right? His daughter, Maria Elisa, is on the way. Another multi-champion, right? Hey, pay attention because... Get ready because even with the little guy, it's not going to be easy, huh, son? Did you see? AI already showed what the little guy will look like. It did it like this, see? The girls out there, better watch out. Big Coringa Rubro Negro Leandro, we're with you. I'm going to talk here now. I ended up not talking about Renato Gaúcho's press conference. My friends, Vasco fans are furious. There was a fight at São Januario, right? Regrettable moments, right? Regrettable scenes. Now, Renato Gaúcho, I'll tell you guys, it would have been better if he hadn't said anything. No, man, it didn't look good, right? The fans are already upset. The guy goes and talks about the relegation zone. Vasco's fans are already traumatized. They're already upset. Yeah. The guys are already mad. Then someone brings up the relegation zone. You're mentioning the relegation zone to people already traumatized. Look at what he said. Just look.
I have the following opinion. You have the Sudamericana right now, and you have a Brazilian championship. You can't have both things. And does the fan want Vasco to advance in the Sudamericana and go to the relegation zone in the Brazilian championship?
Don't say that. The guys are traumatized, Renato. Don't say that, man.
The fan must ask themselves that question. There's no point in putting the same team out every 3 days. I was a player and I know what that's like. We already have a small squad. If we lose important players who have been playing in the Brazilian Championship and in the Sudamericana, we're going to lose in the Sudamericana and we're going to lose in the Championship. Oops.
How nice, huh? So go ahead, go all in. Put all your chips in.
The fan also has to stop and ask himself this question. Do I really want the main team to play in the Sudamericana every 3 days and lose games in the Brazilian Championship?
And drop into the relegation zone? Oh, that's great, huh?
I said that I did. The club's priority, it's not Renato's priority, but that's my opinion. It's the Brazilian Championship. Here's my opinion.
So, my friends, Renato has already made Vasco fans worried, already saying that to fight for other competitions, they'll have to go to the relegation zone. Man, that's brutal, and those guys are seriously traumatized by it. Yeah. And man, we also had that at the Santos game. There will be Flamengo fans saying, hey, come be happy at Flamengo, right? To Gabigol and all that. Man, the situation is tough over at Santos. Even Gabigol arguing there. Look at that. So, Briteros.
What are my numbers this year? This year, the leader in goals and contributions. So that answers it. Yes, great.
So that answers it. You're nervous. Here.
Applause and boos. Some people are saying that you walked out smiling ironically at the time of the substitution. I wanted you to explain what happened there. No, I don't agree with the booing.
Right, I set up the player for the goal once again, just like in the last game. So I think that in the end, the fans, like I said, created an atmosphere where it seemed like it would be a big win, that it would be an easy game. And maybe the fans didn't understand that the game was tough. It was a complicated moment. But like I said, it's all in the heat of the moment. I think we deserved the win. We earned it. We didn't win and must do better next game.
Yeah, man, he got booed. Gabigol is already getting booed over there. The Santos team is getting booed. What a situation for Santos, right? Even Neymar got caught up in it, and nobody respects Santos anymore either, man. Santos tied 1-1 with Recoleta, my brother. Just sit down, Santos. They tied with Recoleta. Man, that's such a funny result, right? It's such a funny result. And then TNT Sports showing it, man. Look. Am I spoiled? Poor Neymar, man. Let me tell you something. There was Neymar too, look. Shut up, Neymar, man. What has Santos been having? Thank you for Neymar, but why has Santos been having so many difficulties? I'll tell you guys, it must be awful for Neymar to have to keep playing with a weak team like Santos, a weak team like this Santos. The fans there are desperate. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't respond to the fan. I would just let him talk to himself. That only makes the comments on our post worse. Some people actually wanted this guy at Flamengo. Look, I still want him. He would get tired of scoring goals and making assists. Some guys think it's bad, but here's the thing. He's the only one who actually plays for Santos. That's the truth. People here say, come be happy at Flamengo. Yeah, poor. There are people who wanted him at Flamengo. There are people who wanted him, and a lot of people are telling him to be happy at Flamengo. But here's the thing, guys. The Santos team is very weak. The Santos team is very weak. Most of what I saw from fans here was them saying, come be happy at Flamengo. And yesterday, Lula said that Ancelotti asked him if he should take Neymar or not, only if he was playing well. But he is playing well. The question is the physical condition, right? The question is the physical condition. So the fans are just playing here, man. He's being held back. The wall is low. Be happy at Flamengo. He'd be a good backup for Arrasca. Come to Flamengo. He has to come to Flamengo. Man, most people, man, a lot of people are saying he should come to Flamengo because he's playing well there, man. He's playing well there. The problem with Neymar is that the guys who play with him nowadays, I'll tell you, Santos's team is really weak, man. This Santos team is really weak, okay? Yeah, people are commenting here that I asked Aya to show what Otto would be like in 20 years, 19 years, right? When he's 20, in 19 years and 8 months. Look at that. Can you imagine little Otto? That's so cool. Wearing a Flamengo shirt. That's awesome. Yeah, man, my son is handsome, huh? Damn. Will he turn out like this? Looks like my wife. I made him like this in 2046 time travel. Well, my friends, let's go. Look at this. We had the goalkeeper, right? Manuel Neuer. In an interview, look at this. Look how cool. We had Manuel Neuer in an interview highlighting Flamengo's strength and how tough the match was when he faced the most beloved team in the world at the Club World Cup. Quote, it wasn't an easy task. I think they, Flamengo, are a strong team. It was very difficult to play against them. Very nice, right, man? We see Neuer giving them credit there. Yeah. The victory against Flamengo, the team those guys have, which we know is really a team that makes a difference, that can go far in the Champions League, that gives the Giants a hard time. It's a European giant, right? And we heard their goalkeeper, the great Neuer, talking about Flamengo like that with the respect he shows. It's very important. We have some important information to share with you. Zico, right? We had Zico at the launch, the pre-launch, right? At the premiere of his movie, his documentary. And Zico gave an interview, man. And Helder Martins, our partner, also sent it here. We also have Zico talking to TNT Sports here. Let's pull it up here. Check it out. Look how cool this is. He pushed back on a lot of the commentators, including some things that Felipe Luis took into consideration. Check it out.
He is by far the best center forward we have in Brazil. He lacked consistent playing time. Now he's getting that consistency again, and he's back to doing what he's a master at, which is scoring goals. He's a guy who, if you make him work hard defensively, he'll lose strength when he's in the box. The others have to do that. Soccer has positions.
Jardim said that too.
You have to do the part that helps the team most. You can't take away what the guy does best, which is being close to the goal, and make him do something else. So you're going to lose him. There are people who can play 3 different roles. For example, if you take Leandro, in my time, if you put him, I think he could even play as a goalkeeper. Because he was a wizard with the ball. He could do everything with his right leg, with his left, everything. He could play any position. But there are many who can't do that. They only play in that one spot. So if you, in that spot where he plays, is he the best? Why would I take him off the team? Look at that.
Look, the powerful shot from number 10.
Years as a coach.
So, hey, coach.
My team does what?
Who is he sending a message to? They had the best.
For what? Because in the end, the result is from the whole team. So if he can't do it, I won't tire him out. I'll send someone else here to do that job and so on. Got it? But he's delivering results for me.
Let him. Leave him there.
He's by far the best striker we have in Brazil.
The best we have in Brazil by far.
He was getting consistent playing time.
He wasn't getting consistent playing time.
He got that continuity back and went back to doing what he's a master at here, which is scoring goals.
That's it. See? He's the best striker we have. He's the best player in Brazil, playing in Brazil, in the Americas. Zico's putting on a show, right? And man, then we end up seeing that Zico is even criticizing the fact that Pedro was used so little, wasn't used much with coach Felipe Luis. That was clear to me. I'm going to bring you more behind the scenes from the preview screening of the movie, the documentary about Zico, the Samurai of Quintino. Zico is again talking about Pedro. It was Der Martins who sent it to us. Also, images from Rogerio Fidalgo. Thanks to everyone who sent them. They sent us images. Let's see what Zico said even more about Pedro. Look, he said more things. Our idol Galinho, who left New York from the UN, came straight to the launch, to the pre-launch of his movie.
Well, he could even be doing worse, right? If I hadn't had that trouble he had.
Isso atrapalha qualquer carreira.
I can say that I would have achieved much more if I hadn't had my knee injury, because that messes you up for a year and keeps affecting you afterwards. You stay worried until you adapt well and all. Now, Pedro went through the same thing. This injury is a serious one. It's a tough injury, but he'll recover. And that ends up, he, in the prime of his life, has to put his career on hold until he recovers. He would definitely already have 200, 300 goals by now. Here's what I think. Brazilian sports do a very poor job of preserving their history. And soccer especially is rich in players and managers and achievements. We were fortunate, and I was fortunate to follow to see the greatest soccer player in history. And there will never be another one better than him. And we don't know how to appreciate that. If he were in any other country, man, he would be the benchmark for everything. And he was a reference point for anyone who wanted to learn. I learned from Pelé how to head the ball, how to control the ball on my chest. Because, man, I had a huge admiration for being in Brazil, a pride today of being Brazilian and having the greatest player in the profession I chose also be Brazilian. And we have very little material on those achievements that Brazil had. It's the only country to have been world champion 5 times. It's champion in volleyball. It was world champion in basketball, you know? Now it's been champion in canoeing. It's been champion in several sports. There isn't much for younger generations about these achievements, how they happened, what it was like. So I hope this can inspire more. A work that was done with a lot of love by an entire team. The joy people had being there every day, arriving, the cameraman, the guy who carried the cables in the best way, the catering staff, you know? It was a great happiness, all of that. It spreads and brings good vibes to those who are filming, to those being interviewed, you know? So that atmosphere really made it a year of a lot of satisfaction, a lot of joy. It felt like we were having fun playing soccer in the middle of the street. And I believe that those who had the chance to watch the movie will feel that. They'll feel it, you know? It's a place without arguments, without shouting, without that mess we're used to. I, who have done a lot of commercials and participated in many shows and so on, I see it even in soccer itself, with commentators and all, you know? It's crazy, it's total chaos. And I didn't see that at any moment. A year of recording, of filming, and of course I hope you like it and that it's an important work, an important project for future generations.